Hi, beautiful, 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 gorgeous family on YouTube and beyond. How are you doing today? I just popped on here to read a little bit from the Tao of Willie. I love this book. I don't even know how I got it. It's an advanced, uncorrected proofs, not for sale. So I don't know if what I'm about to read got corrected or edited. But as you all know, I believe in cannabis cars and cannabis fuel. There's a lot of other options besides fossil fuels. And I'm looking up, when did I release cannabis car? I feel like it was 2000 something. I just have to look that up really quickly. Sorry. I was going to do that before I went live, but this was May 2006 from Gotham Books. And okay, 2009 is when I released it on oh, well, that was the not the Green Eye Sense. Where's Green Eye Sense? That was Painted Truth. That's weird. Where's Green Eye Sense? Did they remove that? That'd be weird. Sorry, you guys. I wish I could press pause. This is important. Okay, 2005 is okay. So 2005 is when I released it on iTunes. I wrote it obviously before then. So I think it's a cool coincidence that in 2006, Willie Nelson came out publicly about it. Also, so we're on the same page. You know what I'm saying? He's probably been talking about it way longer than me. But we're going to read this chapter in his book, The Tao of Willie, A Guide to the Happiness in Your Heart. This chapter is called How High is Up. Here we go. Drive safe, drive sober. The life you save may be my own. That was Willie's bumper sticker. Getting older has confirmed a whole lot of things that I instinctively knew all along. One is that honesty is always the best policy. I need a sip of my hydration over here. Honestly, I was really thirsty just then. Honesty is always the best policy, no matter the repercussions. That's probably a big reason why about every person who's ever heard my name or my music knows that I smoke pot. I know that displeases some people, but I still think that's better than making excuses about who I am and what I do. So let's take a minute to talk about marijuana. You know how I feel about that word if you saw my Hempdemic documentary, which YouTube, I think they just took it down. Anyway, where was I? Blah, 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 blah. If you're not interested in hearing what I have to say, no problem. There's a nice chapter on golf right after this one. One place to start is in a typical American medicine or liquor cabinet. The highest killer on the planet is stress. I agree. And there aren't many people in America who don't medicate themselves one way or another. Some people choose an occasional beer or a little pill the doctor prescribes, and I'm not knocking that. But the best medicine for stress is pot, says Willie Nelson. I think people forget that in all the reefer madness, debate over marijuana, we're only talking about stems and seeds. That's all marijuana is. And I figure God must have made those stems and seeds for a reason. As far as I can tell, the primary reasons and uses for the hemp plant are to smoke it, wear it, or use it to make fuel to burn in our cars. Ding, 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 ding. And I'm in favor of all three. If you consider these views to be subversive to the general good, all I can say is that the truth is frequently subversive But that doesn't mean that's not true. Oh my gosh, I should do background music to this reading. Hold on 1 second. Ba-doom, 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 ba-doom. All right, we're on. Okay. Let's put some chords behind this. Are you ready? Okay. Let's get some orchestra sounds. Do 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 do. Sorry to interrupt. Maybe I'll edit it out. Okay. All right, here we go. Frequently subversive, but that doesn't mean it's not true. Okay, let me read that again with some music. It's too loud. Background music. Hold on. Okay. If you consider these views to be subversive to the general good, all I can say is that the truth is frequently subversive, but that doesn't mean it's not true. No matter what I choose to do, I'm not trying to get anyone else to do anything they consider immoral, or the law considers it illegal. And that especially applies to America's kids. On the other hand, it seems pretty stupid to put people in jail because they have a small quantity of a plant that grows wild in large portions of the US. And that especially applies to America's kids, far too many of whom are already in jail for non-violent pot-related offenses. I don't know why pot agrees with me when alcohol and a lot of prescription drugs do not, but I suspect it has something to do with my Cherokee heritage. Among their many talents, the Cherokee were known and celebrated for carving ornate pipes. And I don't think they were carving those pipes just to look at it. According to the Cherokee legend, in the beginning of man's days on earth, each tree, shrub, and herb agreed to furnish a remedy for one of the diseases of man. And each of these plants said they would appear to help man when he or she called upon them in their need. In the world of the Cherokee, this was the origin of medicine. The world of chemical pharmacology also traces its origins to the natural healing qualities of plants, every one of which has its use if we only knew them as well as ancient man. In addition to guidelines on the gathering and use of roots and herbs for healing, ancient Cherokee teachings also offered wisdom on reducing stress and finding harmony and balance in all our relationships. The general idea was that if you separated yourself from nature, you made yourself more prone to diseases. I'll say this again. If you separated yourself from nature, you made yourself more prone to diseases, which were considered signs of being on the wrong path. I'm going to sing this. The general idea was that if you separated yourself from nature, you made yourself more prone to diseases, which were considered signs of being on the wrong path. All right. The general idea was that if you separated yourself from nature, you made yourself more prone to diseases, which were considered signs of being on the wrong path. Hempdemic 2020. Are we on the wrong path? Do we have disease? Are we disconnected from nature? The general idea was that if you separated yourself from nature, you made yourself more prone to diseases, which were considered signs of being on the wrong path. Hempdemic 2020. Of course, we no longer live as the Cherokee lived. But I would no sooner wipe the hemp plant from the face of the earth than I would rain the forests of Brazil, which hold an untold and unchronicled treasure of healing plants. think he meant burn. In other words, wiping the hemp plant from the face of the earth is just as bad as ruining the forests of Brazil, which hold an untold and unchronicled treasure of healing plants. The bottom line is that I'll support a war on drugs, but not a war on flowers and herbs. It's as simple as that. As simple as me asking, what gives anyone the right to say that God was wrong to put him here? If this conversation has stressed you out, I'd recommend a solution, but it might get me in trouble. If you look at the results, it's pretty clear that the war on marijuana is a losing one. The latest dodge is to overrule state laws regarding marijuana use, growing, and possession, including the medicinal use of marijuana for terminal patients for whom no other drug will relieve their pain without drastic side effects. No matter what you think about pot, it's up to the individual states, to decide what to do about the single herb that best relieves the stress or the pain in the lives of the people who need it. Of course, that's just my opinion. And for all you know, I may be breaking the law as I write this and as I read this. As my doctor says, an ounce of prevention costs a whole more than it used to. Thank you, Willie Nelson. That was really beautiful. Reading from the Tao of Willie Nelson with Turk Pipkin. Thank you so much. We love you. And that was page, on this one, 115. How high is up? All right. Have a beautiful day, everyone. I hope you enjoyed this live reading. And if you want more things like this, is the first time I did it, let me know. Otherwise, I will see you Sunday night live. I think I'm going to do 8 o'clock this Sunday. I'm not sure. I'm just going to do one show because I have so much to do. Like uploading Hempdemic on Facebook because YouTube just sent me a notice that it was deleted. But I think it might be still up for a couple more days, so you better go watch it now. I'll link it below. I love you. Mwah. And by the way, I don't smoke pot. But I do not judge anyone who does. I do make hemp tea, though. And it is very beautiful and relaxing and filled with nutrition.